Hello, ladies and laddies. I'm Newts, and today I'm going to give you all a little bit of a background relating to the title of this video. Yes, I am moving on from Smash Ultimate because, well, I've simply grown tired of it. Why is this relevant to you, you may ask? Because I'll be shifting my content towards Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl from now on. Obviously, it's not going to be something my channel and stream will revolve around, but I am really hoping to go beyond what I was able to in Ultimate. By that I mean competitive-wise. I won't lie, I've enjoyed my time with Ultimate, and being with EFM Squared, an unofficial team based in western Nebraska / eastern Wyoming, has shifted my mentality towards competition at a great net positive. However, Nick All-Star Brawl is the way to go for me from now on. I mean, who doesn't want to play as Powdered Toast Man? Anyway, I won't get into the specifics of why I have chosen to stop playing Ultimate, but instead I'll give you a bit of insight as to my competitive upbringing. So my first ever game was Super Smash Bros. Melee, and I had picked that up at the ripe young age of 6 years old. I wasn't very good at it, as most 6-year-olds aren't at their first ever video game, and my goal was to beat my brother, who had plenty of more years of experience playing video games, and I simply could not catch up. That was the same for Brawl when I got my Wii in 2011, and that was mostly the same when it came to Smash 4 when I got my Wii U in 2014. Everything changed though when I found Project M and started practicing that. After that, my first few wins in Smash 4 turned into a landslide of wins after that. I challenged him to Melee, Brawl, Smash 4, and Project M, and I beat him. Of course, at that time, he wasn't really practicing anymore. He had other things to do, so it wasn't the biggest accomplishment. So I set out to beat other people. I had a friend who went by the username Kamikaru, and he and I played Project M a lot from 2016 to 2018. During that time, I had hosted 2 local Project M tournaments, one with a turnout of 9 people, and the second one with a turnout of 16 or 15 people in 2017 and 2018. It was a nice time. And I learned quite a bit from that, hosting tournaments and everything. But unfortunately, he moved away. And when he moved away, I didn't really know what else to do. But luckily, that year, my senior year of high school in fact, the school offered to have a high school esports league where gamers around the school would gather and play in tournaments around the nation. So I was like, yeah, I'm doing that. So I signed up for Smash 4 because they didn't offer Super Smash Bros. Melee. I'm still glad I stuck with it even though it wasn't Melee or Project M, because I had a really nice time. There were definitely some challenges, but it was fun and I learned a lot. Being the captain of the team, I had to do all the leading. And with that, I also had to teach those who weren't too informed how to play Smash, as well as the specific techniques in Smash 4. Since I was too into Project M, this was hard for me, and so I had to adapt. I had help though, and we all grew together, which made the experience really nice. And this leads into Ultimate, where in July of 2019, I had met the crew behind EFM Squared, what is known today, at least for the area. Because they were working really hard to start up a Smash scene, I figured that I could also grow as well, being able to expand out more. And that is exactly what I strived for. I played online to practice, I went to whatever locals we could hold, I did tutoring, I learned a lot about the game in order to do so, and I even casted a couple tournaments. Through all of that though, I struggled a lot. 20 to 30 player tournaments felt like super majors to me. All of my practice was towards IDJ combos, super complicated things with Falcon. I trained secondaries. I did everything I could to improve, and a lot of the time it just wasn't enough. I had so many misgivings about the game's mechanics, and despite everything that I learned that was cool, I still struggled in a lot of matchups because Ultimate is a matchup-based game. 2020 was overall my best year for Ultimate, and early 2021 I had peaked. And then mid-2021 onwards, I fell back down. I started disliking the game more and more, winning didn't feel as good to me. A lot of things that I had felt good about before just dropped off. My motivation to play the game was gone. And despite how I feel about the game today, I still really appreciate how much it's done for me. It gave me a pedestal, it gave me something that my channel could grow on, and my Twitch stream, and so many other things, but now I think it's time that we part. Nick All-Star Brawl really came in clutch for me because when I saw gameplay for that, I was like, this is exactly what I need. And seeing it now, it's still exactly what I need. And when I play it, it's still going to be exactly what I need. Because it reminds me exactly of Project M, being able to express myself and being able to do what I want to do input-wise, so I don't mess up my execution all the time, because that is where I always beat myself up on. Because I have enough fundamentals built up now that I can know what an opponent wants to do and how to counter that, and I used to be really bad at adaptation. But when I was at my peak, I was sharp as a tack, and I need to get back up past that peak again. Maybe I won't, but at least I have content creation to back me up. And I would love to create content for this game. So, there you have it. That is why I'll be ending my Smash Ultimate journey. I'll still play Ultimate and help out with tournaments in my area, but I will no longer put grind time into it. If I take Nick All-Star Brawl seriously enough, I can see myself being a good asset for the community and probably even be a threat in tournaments. With that out of the way, look out for my future Twitch streams, right now streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday afternoon, as well as more YouTube videos. Thank you for listening, and I'll see y'all later.